Let's pop that background music up again for us, and we are in game number 2. Starting over here at the 12 o'clock on Catalina LE. He is the Micro Terran. It is Mewby. Except he went mech. It's a little bit less micro. Still played it really well. I don't know. Between that first 10 minutes, that was a lot more action than I honestly expected, and definitely with that build order, it was a little bit of a pleasant surprise. Because as a Terran player, right now, when you're a caster, at least in my position, or even a player, you're going to see a lot of Protoss, you're going to see a lot of Zergs, you're going to watch a lot of PvPs, PvZs, and ZvZs above all else. When you see a Terran player, you usually see the same damn opening over and over and over again, and that's the one we were talking about last game, where you get the reactor, you get the factory, put the reactor on the barracks, reactor Hellions, third CC, put the third CC down, spam barracks or factories, and then just like try to play out that standard game. At which point usually ends up being muta. Like you basically wait and try to deflect mutas, and you start trying to trade in that mid game. But just seeing that early aggression from Mewby really was one of those things that kind of is a joy to watch at times. So see if he can match it up this game. Looks like he's going to be going for a 15 CC versus his opponent over here at the bottom right side of the map. It is eXoroFuzion. Going for a 15 hatch pull himself right now, opening. Now when I look back at last game, again I need to look at the replay and look at the amount of scouting he was able to get done. I don't think that eXoroFuzion actually had any overlords or any bit of follow-up scouting in terms of his opponent, because I mean, it's not even a because, it's he was so damn focused on his side of the map, and had to be defending so often, where I don't think he had even a chance to really think about continue scouting his opponent. But I don't think he had an overlord in position to even float in if he wanted to. That's kind of another one of those things where if you get an opportunity as a Zerg, you really got to put your overlords in position to be able to scout out where your opponent's tech is going to be. It's okay to sacrifice an overlord. No, we'll see though. Oh, cool little beat in the background. A little bit of Mozart. Boom. Boom. So no reactor out just yet. We're going to get a couple Marines out. And usually you want to do that, because if you're going to be going command center first, you want to try to get a few Marines out as soon as you possibly can. I really like that Mewby's actually putting up a bunker as well, because, well, defensive positioning. Sometimes Zergs that spot this out very early, or even blind build a quick, say something like 14 hatch, 14 pool, and try to go into a little bit of a quick speedling timing. A command center first could be very, very vulnerable to it. Two lings on the outskirts right here. So let's make sure sound is working. Yeah, okay, everything is working. Sorry about that. There we go. So this time around, Mewby going for a little bit more of the standard that we're seeing now. Usually it comes with a Reaper opener, this type of playstyle, but because of the command center first, he went right into barracks and a couple Marines, and then added the factory and then the reactor as well. Adding a tech lab right away. So unless we see a starport here in the next couple seconds, I don't think we're going to be seeing any Banshees. He's just going to get stim up a little bit quicker, or maybe just in case a few Marauders. It's really up to the Terran player. If you're feeling very threatened, or you think there's a potential that your opponent's going to be going into some kind of roach aggression, then it never hurts to put out a couple of Marauders to defend against it. But here we go, we got stim. I'm excited. Hashtag hype, hashtag bio, hashtag Terran, man. Let's see how this works out. We have a spine crawler at the top of the ramp. Not really. Well, I guess creep still needs a little bit of time to get out there, because he needs, I guess, one creep tumor to be able to build that Evo wall right up here. I don't think he's building them inside his base. No, he's not doing that. A couple of little Hellions do run by, actually getting some damage done already. A lot of those drones roasting down, and one more shot. He could, if he wanted to, you could have gotten that last drone down. So with 2 Hellions already, you could just see that's way worse than 6 drones falling. That's big time. No third base that we see. Spire getting thrown down really quick, and Mewbs, of course, dropping that scan right on top of that hatchery. Spots it. It's a lair, and that's a very early lair for most people, at least, to spot. And so hopefully he has a pretty good general idea of what's going on right now. He drops another scan, and it's at the natural. Does he actually see it? Yes, he does. So he does have the Spire within range. Well, I mean, at this point, he knows the timing. He's got a lot of time still where he could build turrets up if he wants to, but the most important part is just trying to get some defenses out and some anti-air units. He's got 3 base, but he doesn't actually need to land that 3rd base down just yet. Because a big part of right now, in terms of dealing with Mute, is he's going to have to stick within a very small area. He can't really hop out and run around and try to defend his 3rd base and bounce back into the natural, maybe run into the main. If he can keep this for now to a little bit of a 2 base versus 2 base game, he's going to be okay. And plus, with the muling and the SCV production off of 3 command centers, is going to get him fully saturated very quickly. And you could already see he's practically already there at that point for the 2 base area. 3rd base for Fuzion getting taken right now. Getting those Evo chambers down as well right now. Going to be a little bit later on those upgrades just due to the fact that he's getting the mutas out. 9 mutas in production right now. It is a fairly hefty number, especially if there are no turrets over here. But fortunately, he does have a lot of these barracks just about done in terms of add-ons, so he's going to be able to actually produce some units or produce enough defenses properly for this. No medevacs can be a slight problem if he's not too cautious or going into this area. And he is floating his 3rd orbital command. I don't know if it's the right time right now. He knows the Spire is coming. He knows the Spire is coming. There we go. He's building a turret. I'm like, he hasn't built any turrets. There's mutas out on the field. So he's got to make sure that he actually puts up some anti-air. Very, very risky play style. Alright, Mita's floating in here, and the stim is already done, fortunately. Pushing those mutas off right now. That works. Main thing is he just needs to repair it. Really, the last necessary upgrade that he needs for the time being is just those combat shields, and they're just about done. So he's going to repair it. That's going to be fine. We got +1/+1 underway for the Zerg player. We have +1 to air as well. 9 more drones in production. Mutas are going to be coming back over here. Another stim getting utilized by Mewby. And without the medevacs, this is probably just kind of like that small little rough patch because you got to be very wary of how much stim you use. You don't want to get 2 in the yellow, 2 in the orange, 2 in the red because well, you're going to be in some danger. Double turrets up here at the 3rd base, starting to already saturate that base and mine from it. Meanwhile, same scenario over here at the bottom left side for eXoroFuzion. But when you take a look at macro and upgrades, if he's not, this is the risk as a Zerg player. You went into mutas and lair very quickly, and you got no damage done. Now you have mutas floating around versus upgraded marines, and they're about to be +2 attack as well. And now he scans ahead, spots that there's banelings, gonna kill almost all of them. Indeed he does, and now it's just Lings and Mute is trying to face off against upgraded marines, man. Here comes that micro that we were talking about. Gonna back up for the time being. Gonna need a little bit of support. We'll actually try to fight this out because of all that red and yellow marines like we were talking about. He's gonna actually lose all of them. No, Mewby, no! Alright, well, clears out a small force there. Trade is a trade. Now, the one thing, I guess the cool thing about that works out for Mewby is the fact that he did force out a lot more units. He forced out a lot more links. He didn't let his opponent focus on the worker count, and you could see that 63 workers compared to the 66. And remember, these are going to be 2/2 Marines very soon, as well as already +3 attack underway. There's only so many banelings that you could form that could actually fight versus this, and already a couple mutas getting picked off as they try to fly around and spot for anything that they can. Banelings have been formed, but they are slow. Baneling speed upgrade just getting started. Mewby should be able to micro back. Beautiful mine connection right there. Takes out a majority of the link forces, and because they are off creep, slow banelings do not work well. All the Marines able to snipe them down before they're even placed, and it's going to continue pressing in here. More units getting forced out, 32 right now, and this is exactly a Terran's dream right now, to be up in the worker count, to be able up in upgrades, to be able to actually get position on a Zerg that has no creep that's actually flowing out here, and you're just absolutely beating down on Banelings that can't even connect on you. So this is the Terran dream, man, the Terran dream. Alright, the Banelings are coming down. Speed upgrade just about done. Not yet, though. Banelings getting hit with a lot of those Widow Mines. Marines splitting all over the place, and more reinforcements coming in. The Banelings do get cleared out. Another force flies through here, and the rest of the Banelings are gone, leaving just the Mutas around. But, man, already another force ready to go right now. We take a look inside the main base, and we got about 8 Marine production with some Marauders underway. More medevacs are coming out. Getting that drilling upgrade now, this is pretty cool, as well as the 4th base, but usually right now a lot of Terrans forget about that drilling upgrade, and if you could get those Widow Mines with that drill upgrade in here somehow, they're going to be doing absolutely catastrophic amounts of damage, killing off any of those Banelings with, well, to ease for the most part. I mean, right there, now that he's burrowed in. Does lift out of there. That one point, that kind of scared me right there for the moment. The medevac that lifted up all the Marines, this was just like down to almost no HP at all. Alright, Mewby starting to work his way down again towards that natural area. A couple Banelings are forming, will get killed off. We'll have to micro back, staying a little bit too deep under all of these Banelings, letting the Marauder soak up as much damage as he possibly can. Reinforcements keep coming here. Right now, Mewby actually, yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, what he needs to do is add a few more barracks. Looks like he's already done that. 3 more at the center of the map, and that's really going to help out in terms of reinforcing units and doing that little Congo push across the map. +2, +3 is finished up for the Marines right now. We also see +2 mechanical armor getting finished up. +3 armor about halfway done. Even though right now Fuzion is taking some good engagements and continuously clearing out Mewby's army, he is yet to actually, you know, be able to go on the offensive. What he's doing is being a little bit of a counterpuncher right now, just waiting for Mewby to come, clear out his forces, and again fight. Now, this sometimes can work, but it usually works more in a formidable scenario for a Terran player or a Protoss player. As a Zerg player, you really want to be the one that goes on the offensive. You really want to be the one that forces trades. You want to buy more time for yourself to be able to produce some of those later stage units, and as well as get those upgrades, because even though the units right now have +2/+2 and flyers +1, the Terran player is going to have +3 all across the board, plus also +2 mechanical armor, so those Widow Mines are going to be able to withstand a lot. Meanwhile, over here, Mewby getting a really nice drop, clears out that 4th hatch. That brings the base count 3 to 4. And you can't. It's very hard to win in these scenarios. Like, you never want to count a player out ever, but in terms of just mathematics, like you do the math and you know that a player is down significantly at this point. He maybe has a fight or two in him left. You take a look at the supply, 130 to 167. Another set of Banelings getting formed out. The Mutas are still trying to stay alive as long as they possibly can. A group getting actually picked off right there from the natural. Can't connect their flight path. Today's probably not a good day about flight path jokes. But yeah, can't connect their flight path over to their original forces. All the Banelings and Links cleared out. The Mutas are completely naked right now versus a 3-3 force of Marines and Widow Mines. The rest of the units starting to stream in here into the 3rd base. Mewby absolutely blowing his opponent out of the water right now and heading into that 3rd base. And GG is called. He's going to take a 2-0 lead and a victory in this series, and we'll see him in the round of 32.